Okay, I have a watercolor pencil here from Faber-Castell, and I am just going to add a little bit of shadows to this girl's face with the pencil. And then of course a brush and acrylic glaze. I'm going to move it around. And I'm going to give a little bit of detail to the eyes with just a little bit of white. Here all I'm doing is going around the face, giving a little bit of shadow in the hairline, arms. I'm going to move that paint with a brush and acrylic glaze, just a little bit. Not a big deal what I'm doing in here, just very little. Now I'm going to use a drop of white, and a small brush, and apply a little bit of white in the eyes just to make them pop. This is not the smallest brush. Smallest brush will definitely help and give it a little bit of highlight in the nose, a little bit of the cheeks. And next I'm going to just paint her lips with a little bit of pink. I don't have pink, so I'm just gonna make it with a little bit of red and a little bit of white. Okay, I'm gonna move that around. And put a little bit in her lips and cheeks. And I think that's all that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give this girl a little bit of green. And maybe you too. It's very nice. And I'm gonna let them dry, and I'm gonna use my pen to give it form. Paint the pupil and stuff. Okay? So let it dry, and I wanted to show you that I'm using a pen, a Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen, and I'm gonna go around my wordings. You can use a finer, for sure, finer one than this one. It's kind of thick. She's gonna have that one. I think I need a bigger one for my girlfriend here. Okay, this one is gonna have a big one in there. Red. I'm gonna use Mod Podge to glue that in. Just getting a small one. And this one, since she has big hair, is getting a big one. And of course, let it dry. Okay, I'm gonna paint the little pants, add some rub-ons next. Have these cute butterflies, but I'm gonna cut the small ones and rub them around in here. Here are the ribbons that I'm going to be using. I think I'm going to use more flowers. Put them around. I don't know if you guys, but I have a lot of supplies that sometimes I don't use and they get old. So get your supplies out and use them. Seriously. This is what I'm trying to do. So I think you can see I'm gonna use this little spatula, which is really cool to do ribbons. Okay, so I'm back. I am going to use archival ink. This one is jet black. And by the way, it was fun to pick up these letters. I was not totally sure where my spelling was correct or not. So, okay, let's see. I am going to put the word on top. So, I'm gonna start here. Don't be too, like, whatever, you know. Don't have to be perfect. I'm using different caps to use to do the word. And I wanted to share something I found online when I went to make sure that I was spelling mindfulness correctly. Well, mindfulness. And I wanted to share something I found online. Is what I was saying. God, my brain cannot do two things at the same time, huh? Mindfulness. Mindfulness, it says that mindfulness, yeah, two S's. Mindfulness. Okay, so I wanted to read something that I found online. You're gonna have to forgive me for my accent, but this is what it says about mindfulness. It says that to retrain your brain to focus on the positive practice, there are two single steps that you should do. And one is to set your intention for the day. Begin your day by setting your intention to notice 5 positive, beautiful, uplifting experiences throughout your day. And number 2, it says savor the good experiences. When a positive experience occurs, take at least 20 seconds to focus on the goodness of that moment. The more time you spend focusing on the pleasant experience, the more it begins to change you. And again, as you remember, one of the things that I wrote down in here is be grateful for 5 small things each day. Honestly, that really does makes a difference. You can have a very crappy day, but if you are mindful about the good things that are really happening in your life, then you see them. Here I'm just using a roller and I'm just gonna stamp around. I'm trying not to cover my letterings so I remember, but I always love to stamp with these things, and that's what I'm doing over the hair, just kind of to make everything belong. Okay. And I am going to also use these dabbers. They're white. This is white, just acrylic paint that I put in there. with a little bit of water. And you can get this at discountsupply.com. I just like to just put a little dots here and there. I love using these. You can get like 12 bottles and make your own mixes for, I think it is $13. I know it wasn't more than $16 with shipping, but you get 12. And I love it. My son loves them. I'm pretty sure you will too. And if you're interested, I can give you the exact link. Okay, I noticed in here I haven't painted the shoes, so I'm gonna get some black out. If I can find it, of course. There it is. Now I have this circle stamp, and I'm going to just apply ink like halfway through and go in and stamp around in my page. You can use the whole thing if you want to, but I'm just gonna do here and there. Okay. Yay, I'm liking it. Don't forget to invite your friends to come join us and have some fun with us. Now I'm going to use this Liquitex ink. It's transparent burnt umber. I am going to use a little bit of this with a dry brush. I'm using this type. And I'm gonna do very little, and when I say little is that I am just going on the edges and I'm barely getting this thing wet. And this is acrylic glaze that I'm gonna use to move the paint around in case it gets stuck. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just give these girls a little, that's what I'm doing, just to kind of give them a little shadow. Okay. I'm having to be very careful in here because my page is not totally dry. Some of the details. And I'm just giving shadow. I think I'm gonna go a marker. And now I'm gonna give form to the dresses. Like I'm just gonna write doodles on top of the dresses, like. Give the lace, the neck, maybe a little heart that goes behind. I'm going to have a class coming up soon about making dolls, so maybe you guys might be interested in that. Okay, now that the eyes are dry, all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a pupil. Throw a line in there, and you can tell the eyes totally come back alive. Okay, and after, okay, and here I have another stamp, and I have another StampOn. This one is teal blue, and I am going to put a little bit more of that around